Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're back in European Ship Simulator. Now, it's been a fair while since I played this. I took a look at it when it first came into early access a few months ago now, and now it's actually gone into its full release. So, according to the developers, or the release notes, whatever you want to call it, the game now has 20 full missions, and it also has a mission editor, so if you go through all of those missions, you can create your own, or I presume download missions from other people. I'd imagine that's probably how it works, given that you can load missions as well as create them. I mean, you can see the main interface is still a little bit clunky and that sort of thing, but anyway, so let's take a look at what we've got. So these are all the different missions we've got. There's also a new port that was added in the full release, which is the Bay of Gibraltar, or Gibraltar, I've heard it pronounced as well. I don't actually know how you say that. It's not a word that I have to use very often. Anyway, let's pick one that we're going to do, and we'll do this luxury medium cruiser. Apparently this is a new ship that was added as kind of a bonus sort of thing. To unlock this medium cruiser, I think you actually have to go to their website and enter some details or something, and they give you the code. The code is just Med Cruiser with no spaces. So there you go. Now you don't have to do that, I guess. And you just go to use the code. You just go into settings and enter code. So it would be that, basically. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you that, but anyway, give it a go. I'll leave a link in the video description so that you guys can get the code legitimately if you want, or whatever. But anyway, let's actually get into something. So, luxury medium cruiser is on water again. So we go for a sailing test in Dover. Sure, let's do it. And, oh, there we go. How do I get out again? Let's go to the walking camera. There we go, okay. So much wood. It looks like it's a pretty big ship as well, actually. Hopefully I can get out of here and we can go exploring. Maybe I'll just have to walk around the cockpit though. Yeah, it looks like all we can do is walk around the cockpit in this ship. Alright, let's try different camera modes then. Let's go the orbit camera. That is a fairly big ship. That's pretty cool. It's one of those super expensive yachts, I guess. But, well, I don't know if I've got any objectives. Let's, what's the next waypoint? There we go. It's been a very long time since I've played this. Alright, well, let's see if we can just, start moving out, shall we? I've got my engines ramped up. I don't want to go too fast. And I'll actually use these thrusters to the side if I can. See if I can just kind of boost myself away a little bit. Preferably without banging into the walls of the port. That would be nice. Actually, I'll decrease my rudder to basically 0, and I'll just use the thrusters to get out. That might be a smarter way of doing things. Or it may not be. Who really knows? It is a nice looking game, this. And just the water effects and everything are really nice. Obviously, once you start getting the sky around here and everything, it maybe falls apart a little bit, but anyway. Okay, so that looks like we're doing pretty well there. Let's back this off a bit. And I'm just using the mouse for all of this. There are keyboard commands, but I don't actually know what they are. Not fully anyway. I know some of them, but not all of them. Yeah, there we go. 0. So let's increase our RPM a little bit. Give it a bit of left rudder as well. A couple degrees should do. And once we're actually out of the port, or depending on where the waypoints are, but hopefully once we're out of the port, we'll be able to go a bit faster. And let's go back into the bridge camera. So we can see a bit here, out of the front. Obviously we do have this whole stuff blocking a lot of our visibility. Oh, hello. It's great to see Mermaid on water again. Have a safe journey. Thank you. So my ship is called the Mermaid. There we go. You learn something new every day. Oh, that was a bit fast. Alright, let's ramp it up, shall we? And decrease the rudder again. I like that smoke effect too, that's pretty cool. Oh, and I got an achievement for doing 10 knots. Cool, I guess. That's how you see your speed down there, isn't it? So I'm doing 13, nearly 14 knots now. Let's blow the horn so that this guy gets out of our way. I don't think that's actually how it works. I don't think he'll actually get out of our way just because I'm blowing the horn. That's right, the horns are toggled as well, so you have to toggle it on and toggle it off. I'd forgotten about that. I guess we'll have to be careful about this guy up here as well. I don't really want to go steaming straight into him. Or maybe I do. You never know. The paint is still tacky. Let's do sea trials before putting it into service. Leave the harbour. Well, that's what I'm doing now, so that's all good. Blow the horn back at that guy. Full ahead. Oh, I'm way ahead of you there. We are already full ahead. So we get our next objective down here, this little green arrow. And we'll just go cruising towards that. So there are a number of different ships and missions and everything in this game, including some really big ones. Like you basically you can go from a small speedboat all the way up to a massive cargo container. I think if you go the cargo containers and stuff and the ferries and all that sort of thing, you probably need to be prepared for some fairly slow gameplay. I mean, what we're doing right now isn't the fastest gameplay or anything like that, but I think those container ships and everything are a fair bit slower. So, which, I mean, it makes sense really. Those aren't fast sort of moving ships, you know, they just kind of lumber around carrying things and generally being slow in the real world, I think. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're all speedboats of the sea and we just never know about it because we're not on the sea with them. I don't think that's the case though. Okay, so we're about halfway towards our thing here. What else can we do? Show labels. Okay, so this is obviously the Mermaid. That's the Orient, the large cruiser. Port boat. Fishing boat. Yay, I can read. Okay, so that's what the labels do. I don't think they worked before. I'm not sure. We've seen these before, I think, or I think I've demonstrated them in the early access video. These are basically, these little red dots are points for you to, or for the tugboats to kind of lock onto the ship or grab onto it. And so you kind of deploy a rope between the tugboat and this point. I think you really only need that in the tugboat though. I just wonder if this cinematic camera works now. It does. Yay, that didn't work before. That's pretty cool. It actually, I think it'd be nice if the camera turned off all the HUD options. Maybe there's a setting to turn off all this overlay and stuff. I'm not really sure, if I'm honest. Oh, we got another achievement. Sailor. There we go. If you want achievements, this is the game for you. Alright, let's get out of the... Oh, no, they didn't get out of it. Let's go back to orbit, I guess. Probably give it a little bit of left rudder. Or port rudder, I should say. So that we can just go closer to the center of this waypoint. Because I have a feeling missing the waypoint and having to reverse back and get it would be a bit of a pain. I'm not really sure how much leeway they give you when it comes to the waypoints. But anyway. It would be really nice though being able to just leave this this little area of the cockpit. I mean, yeah, they do have a lot of the exterior. That pool really doesn't look very clean. You'd think a big expensive ship like this would have a cleaner pool, but maybe not. But yeah, they do seem to have rendered a lot of the you know, outside sort of parts of the ship. It would be nice to actually be able to just walk around down there or something like that. Alright, we both agree that the Mermaid is as good as new. Let's return to port to prepare the ship for the night. Okay, I guess I'm turning it around now. Am I? Yeah. Let's go all the way left rudder. We'll turn around as fast as possible with full engine speed. There's no possible way that that can go wrong. Right? It's actually turning at a decent speed actually, once you got full rudder and all that. And I'll have to remember to start turning, or start decreasing the rudder well and truly before we finish turning, because it does take a while to go back to how it's supposed to be. So even if I do it here, I'll start decreasing that. And I'll go back to, so that's a bit too far. Go back to 0. And you see it's still, it did take a few seconds to get back down, but I did do that a bit too soon. So let's just go 2 degrees. And that should get it done. Hopefully. Let's go back into the cinematic camera. So it seems like this is the only shot that it has. I'll actually stick with the cinematic camera a bit longer this time, and maybe we'll see a bit other stuff. Or it could just pan around and follow the ship as it goes past. I'm not really sure what it's going to do. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but there's some kind of flickering sort of textures happening there on the horizon. Yeah, so it does look like it just kind of pans around as the ship goes past the camera. We are still turning slightly. Maybe I should stop turning now. And oh, there's our waypoint there. Alright, let's go back into the orbit camera. Oh, I could have kept turning actually. Oh well. Let's turn a bit sharper actually. 3 degrees. Perfect. Alright, we'll straighten that up. It seems like it's going pretty good. Maybe a little bit more actually. It's really hard to judge, I think, sometimes. When you've actually turned far enough and when you haven't, but obviously we're pretty good now. The question, I guess, is where the next point is going to be. It'll probably be one of these dock sort of things over here. But maybe it'll be over here, I'm not really sure. Oh, no, there we go, it's that one over there. Okay. Second berth on the right. So which side of it do we go on? It's hard, that's another thing, it's hard to tell sometimes. I think we're actually going in here. Yeah, that looks right. And sometimes it can be, the arrow can be a little bit deceptive. From what I remember seeing a while back, sometimes it can actually be like on this side, but it does look like this side, so that's okay. Might need to slow down a bit more as well, that's too slow. So we'll just have to do some kind of slower maneuvers now. I might even have to end up reversing a bit, just so that I can get it in the right position, because as you can see, it is taking a bit. Let's use these thrusters and we'll see if we can thrust over to the right as well. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so we're still turning, but because I've got the engines at such a slow speed, it's happening very slowly. Alright, so yeah, that seems good. We've actually probably turned a bit too far, but that doesn't really matter yet. Actually, I probably shouldn't have used these thrusters. It looks like they only have them at the front. I don't know, you can see the kind of water effect there at the front, but you can't see it at the back. That's what I'm basing that that on. I might be completely wrong. Anyway. So, looks like this is going fairly well. It is going a bit slow, but not much I can do about that. And the last time I tried docking with that container ship, I seem to remember we ended up sinking. So let's try to avoid that this time around. But we are moving in. It looks like it's actually kind of going in a kind of diagonal direction for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure if it actually is or not, but I don't know. It might have just been because of some weird thing going on. Or maybe I'm just being stupid. That's also possible. I really do like the water effects actually. It's I think I've said that already, but it does just look really nice. Be careful, don't scratch the paintwork. I'll try to remember that. Let's back off the rudder a little bit. I might even need to go a bit of right or starboard rudder, and then I'll use the thrusters to go in. I'm not sure. Start decreasing the speed a bit as well. Yes, I know that. I'm already here. What are you talking about? Careful, we're almost there. Okay. Let's actually stop our forward thrust if I can, or forward momentum. I might need to go into reverse actually, because you can see we're still travelling at about 3 knots. So once that hits 0, I'll actually start using these thrusters. Oh, never mind. Don't need to worry about that. Achievement unlocked. I don't know what that says. I think that's broken. But there we go. Nice job, Captain. Mermaid is in tip-top condition. Cool. Well, great success. So that's a full mission in European Ship Simulator, and that's kind of what it's all about. It's just you cruise around playing with boats, I guess. So what else have we got? I'm not going to do another one, but we can just have a look at what's... Whoa, hello. That appears to be a different language. That or something is just completely broken. Well, okay. There are some bugs with the interface, I think. Radio, whatever. But yeah, you can see we do have a number of missions. We can't see what the names of the missions are, but there are a number. So we got this container ship. What else we got? Speedboat, tugboat, bulk carrier, fishing boat, passenger ferry. So there's a variety of different ships. They do say that they'll be adding some more ships to the game, you know, over time, more ports and that sort of thing, as well as different features. So hopefully that'll all happen and that will be good. But yeah, it's one of those games. It's just kind of relaxing, really. For me at least, I wouldn't jump in and play this as some kind of hyper competitive sort of thing, but as just spending half an hour or whatever, just chilling out, driving a boat around, I think this works for that. So yeah, that's European Ship Simulator, which is out of early access and is now full release. So it's available on Steam. I think it's currently on sale. I'm not sure how long that lasts for though. But anyway, I'll put a link up in the video description. But yeah, I think I'll end this one here. So until next time, I've been Vornskyr, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.